sea. Catching fish is where I'll be, come rain or sunny skies. I'm gonna grab my fishing line, yes, we're taking out some time. That's fishing. This has been a fishing tale, just like Jonah and the whale. No place I'd rather be. Yes, we're casting out a line, everybody's feeling fine. That's fishing. That's fishing.
Well, g'day.
Yeah, that's fishing.
Okay, wait. Zip. G'day folks, here we are at the four-wheel drive and fishing show, and we're here on the Evolution stand with Jim. Jim's going to tell us about the Evolution 600. It's a great boat, Jim.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's very popular now. Great for the offshore fishermen. Yeah, it's really taken off.
The boat's powered by a 200 HO, so it's got a big motor on it.
Yeah, plenty of go. That's what I mean. Like I said, for the offshore fishermen, they perfect. Size of the boat, perfect. Everything is perfect.
So they like the single outboard as opposed to the two single units. The twin rig setup.
They are more popular. They are, but I mean, you still get the twin now. But like the E-Tech, I mean, they're very reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, people they're heading more towards a single engine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think the 200 probably give you around about 40 knots or something like that. It'd be pretty quick.
Roughly that. Roughly that. But yeah, that's right. I mean, plenty of power there and reliability. So. The average fisherman is he's really enjoying the 6 months.
And what sort of vehicle you need to tow this along?
Something like this comfortably, like a cruiser or something around that. I mean, on a steel trailer about 2.5 ton, on the aluminium trailer about 2.2. But other than that, that's not a huge truck to tow it. But in general,
you should probably do that with a cruiser or a Prado.
Yeah, Prado would do. Yeah, perfect.
No worries. Well, look, it's a great boat. Maybe we'll just take a little bit of a look around it. We've got a beautiful Lowrance sounder in the front there. That'd be a HCS 10, I think that one is it too.
The big 10-inch screen, so the HCS 10. Same sort of thing. It's becoming more and more popular. The bigger screens, the bigger boats.
Well, it's just a great unit. These are fantastic because you can actually split the screen with both having the GPS and the sounder going, or you can just move to the sounder. And they're a quality unit. Got a big transducer, I presume, is mounted under the floor.
Yeah, through-hull transducer on most. Not everyone is going for it, but we certainly recommend it.
Yeah.
It is the one big 1 kilowatt.
1 kilowatt. Yeah, that'll get right down offshore. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great unit.
Excellent.
Great unit.
Yeah.
And too, like with the iCommand gauges, you can run everything like interface between the two of them. So all the information on one, you can run on the other one. So do work great together.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, guys, we're just down here in the cabin of this Evo 600, and as you can see, it's a very spacious cabin. Full-length bunks. You could probably stretch out here for a good sleep. You've got access to the anchor well if you need it, unless you're running an electric winch, of course. But very roomy. The thing I do like about this has got the lock-up door.
And now you can stay in there.
I made sure I didn't close it all the way up because I know you're going to lock me in. Anyway, that's beautifully built, as solid as, and it won't vibrate when you're going. We've seen that in the 552 when we had it out. So it's a hell of a solid unit. Anyway, beautiful cabin, good access, good headroom as well, which is interesting. So you don't hit your head. You can sit here quite comfortably and shelter out of the wind and the rain and that sort of thing. Down here underneath the bucket seats, we've got some tackle storage. Just in a handy little locker here. So you've got your Plano boxes to fit in here, and they're the good large size as well. So you can keep all your tackle just stored away there. They're nice and snug. The door's not going to fly open, and you've got as much as you have in any large tackle box, all concealed in here, and it just flips away. Good as gold, so it's ready access, and for us fishermen, it's a great little thing. So good innovation to put that under here. On the other side, we've got a little bit of under-seat storage, and you can whack in there, your life jackets or anything else that you want in there, even your lunch. So I find it pretty neat. There's a lot of little storage cubby holes all around the boat. Underneath the gunnels here, we've got our storage for our gaffs, rods, nets, whatever you want to hang in there. And they're nice and long, they can go right up inside. And at the very end of that you can see your EPIRB there, should you need it in an emergency. Nicely out of the way. But you know, all in all, just so much room in this cockpit here. You're probably talking around about nearly, almost 4 square metres, which is just for us is sensational. You know, just you can bring in a big fish in this. Well guys, I just want to show you some of this underfloor storage here. We've got a massive kill tank down here. It'd hold probably, you know, really big tuna, probably anything up to about a 30 kilo tuna, but it'd hold probably 3 or 4 of them actually. And the other great innovation that I really like, if you look under here, you're going to see a clear vein that you can look into the fuel tank and actually see how much fuel's in there. And for me, that's a great visual double check. And even if your gauge plays up, you can always tell how much fuel is left in the tank. So it gives you that extra little bit of safety. I reckon that's just a great thing. So that just clips down, solid as, it's very thick lid on that. So, you know, there's no flex in that whatsoever. That's really, really good. Behind that, we've got a bench. You know, if you're bringing out the family or whatever it might be, these just simply fold down. Got 3 legs, very, very stable. And that can sit there most of the time. When you don't need it, it just folds out of your way, folds up against the transom there. And mate, it's fantastic. I reckon you could even have a bit of a lie down or a sleep on that. Yeah, good for Brian anyway, because he sleeps most of the time. So not a bad little innovation. And they've got the padded combings all around the side, which I think is pretty good if you find a big fish. It sort of just, you know, protects your legs and your knees so you don't get all bashed up. And your legs do fit, your feet fit underneath the little side pockets, which I think is great. You can lock in so you don't get dragged overboard. If you've got a big tuna on board or something like that, you can lock in and really get yourself set up to fight that fish. Very, very good. So up above we've got a really sturdy rocket launcher. Now this rocket launcher is constructed, the base tubing is 32mm high grade stainless, and it's got some nice handles moulded into that. Above that you've got storage space for 6 rods across the top, running the aerials for both your VHF and your 27 meg radios. Up above, your light, all those types of things, but strong as, and it's collapsible as well, which is really good to get into a low garage or a shed or something like that. But all in all, very, very solid construction and out of high quality stainless, so good unit.
That's fishing. Yeah, that's fishing.
Oh no, hear that? Someone stole me car. Jeez.
Nothing to see here, Colonel. No squid jigs here. Soft plastics.
So Jim, tell us about the chines on this 600.
On the 600 we have big reverse chines on it, so very stable, very, as you can see, it's very white bone, but very stable at the same time. Strakes, if you notice with our boats as well, they go from the back all the way to the front, so even at low speed they still work. So following seas, everything, they'll track exactly where you want them. Exactly.
The good thing I like about the 600 is it's very, very stable at rest, so you don't get that rocking. When you're fishing, you want a solid platform, and it really is solid at rest. Like all of the Evolution boats, they're all solid, very, very solid.
The first thing that people notice when they do get in our boats is basically the beam inside it, and then the last thing that they walk away with is exactly that in their head. So when you get on the water, at rest, unbelievable.
Yeah, very beamy.
Second to none.
So the chines, they run right along the whole length of the boat, but you know, really pronounced chines, excellent. So that's going to give you great stability while you're going, and of course at rest. On the back we've got a nice bait board, again made in the factory by Junga. It's got a couple of high quality heavy duty rod holders in there, branded very nicely with the Evolution brand. Underneath you've got a storage box which will hold easily 1 if not 2 slabs of pilchards and any other bait you might have, and that drains out to the back into the anchor well. And it's a nice solid unit. It's probably around about a metre wide, but strong as, and off that you would hang your rod racks if you're snapper fishing, which will curl around the sides. and fit into the other rod holders there. Very, very strong. So again, nicely set up. You've also got a door for entering in and out of the boat. Plenty of room to get through that, and also would double up for dragging in a fish. If you've got something big enough, you just pull it in the back and drop it on the deck. Not only that, it's really comfortable sitting on the side here. I don't know how I'm going to go in a heavy sea, but I'll tell you what, the gunnel's wide enough to park your bottom on, and it's pretty neat. Anyway, let's show you the hull on this boat. Very, very deep hull with a flared bow, so the waves are actually spread out like that, so it'd be a dry boat as it's going through the water. Again, very solid bow rail to keep you safe if you're out on the walk around there, and you access your ground tackle at the front. And all in all, it's a very, very solid hull. The hull itself weighs around 1,200 kilos alone, which I find really, really good. A lot heavier than some of the other boats on the market, but a nice solid hull, so you know it's going to punch through the water really well. And as I say, the hull shape is designed to displace the water out to the sides, which I think is a good thing on this one. Well, g'day guys, here we are with Lou from Orca Rods and Reels. Welcome to the show, Lou.
Thank you very much.
Lou, just tell us a little bit about your rods. You know, look like a good quality game rod you've got there.
Yeah, well, basically we started the business about, 18 months ago, and we've had a lot of people helping us along the way to get a good product going.
Yeah.
And it's a quality product, as you can see. And yeah, basically we're trying to work with people in charter boats like to get the product right. And as people have been walking through the show, they've actually seen the quality.
Yeah.
So they've been to see the rest, and then they're coming back to the best, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you're telling us before one of these rods here, one of the tuna rods, has actually caught around about 1.2 tonne of fish or something over the last season?
Basically, we've had Roger from Sea Spray Charters working with us, and we've actually put our rods on his boat.
Yep.
And over the last 102 days of the tuna season, he reckons an estimated 102 tonnes of tuna got caught per rod. So it's pretty good going.
That's unbelievable.
So yeah, we've also had marine charters up at Port MacDonald using our gear as well, who have given us good reviews back, so we can't complain with that. So it's been pretty good going. And yeah, we've sold it quite a few today on the stands, so people have sort of been impressed with what they see and what they hear. So it's been all good.
So your range is not just game gear, but it's also snapper gear?
Yeah, it's also snapper gear. We've got our snapper gear here, okay, and we've moved quite a bit of that as well. Unfortunately, we didn't have it all here for the show, so we've taken a lot of orders, and we'll be having a busy next couple of weeks getting it all out.
Okay.
So it's been pretty good for us.
Excellent.
So also, we've got the X-ray rods, which we've given to Ross McGovern up in Darwin on the Barra.
Okay.
And with that particular rod there, ended up getting a 1.3 metre Barra in the Barra Classic, so he did well with it.
Excellent. Yeah, they look good.
So yeah,
very good.
We've been having a lot of help with a lot of professional fishing.
Excellent.
So we're trying to get it right.
Well, mate, good luck with the show and good luck with your business. And
Thank you very
thanks
much.
for coming on That's Fishing.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Lou.
Thanks very much.
All the best. Well, folks, here we are at Why Not Fishing Charters. This is Dave. Welcome to That's Fishing, Dave.
Hey mate, how are you?
Mate, tell us a little bit about Why Not Fishing Charters, where you operate out of and what sort of fishing charters you do.
Yeah, love to. We operate out of Port Lincoln. That's our home port in South Australia. Bottom Eyre Peninsula, for those of you who aren't too familiar with that area. It's a beautiful country.
It is.
Spectacular fishing and spectacular scenery. Our vessel, Crusader 3, is a 65-foot Conquest.
Right.
It's a sizable boat, and she's really set up very well for long-range fishing charters. So when I say that, I mean overnight liveaboard. So we go for 3, 4, 5, even 6 days or longer, depending on what the client needs.
Excellent.
And we stay out and live on board the boat, and it gives us an opportunity to fish some really remote and really extreme locations.
And what sort of species do you catch on these charters?
Well, we target the tuna, southern bluefin tuna, of course, and a lot of guys would rate the kingfish and the Samson fish as right up there as far as top of their bucket list. On top of that, you've got blue groper, of course, nanny guy or red snapper, blue morwong, groper, may have mentioned those, and sharks, and then in some of the more outlying islands, we've got some cracker whiting as well. So beautiful.
So a lot of the areas you're fishing are pretty pristine, and no one really fishes in some of these more remote areas that you take people to.
Exactly right, and a good example of that was in February, where we were able to get to a couple of reefs in the far west of South Australia, probably about 250 miles west of Port Lincoln.
Wow.
We ended up so far west, there was nowhere else to hide, and probably about 60 miles short of the head of the bight. And
Excellent.
locations very rarely visited by recreational fishermen. In the past 10, 15 years of ever. Fantastic fishing. We had a cracker time.
Yeah. Mate, sounds like a dream for us. So the Colonel and I will be out there with you.
Look forward to
Come
it.
early next year, I'd say. We'll have to come on one of those long range charters. And
I'd love to get you out there and show your viewers some of the fishing we've got out there. It's not a lot spoken of, but we're trying to break it up into more people and show them what we've got out there. And we're getting excited because some of the places are untouched, and every time we go there, we're looking for new ground, and we find it, and the fishing's just awesome.
excellent. Well, mate, I'm excited just hearing about it. So we'll definitely make a time to get out there and have a bit of a fish with you, and it should be a lot of fun.
I reckon it will be too.
All right, Dave. Thanks
Good
a
on
lot,
you.
mate.
Thanks a lot.
That's fishing. Yeah, that's fishing.
Well, guys, what'd you think of the boat show? We had a ball down there. We were talking to all sorts of different people. And I'll tell you what, it's not bad. You should get down there. There's a lot of information there for everyone to, and there's some real good bargains too. Now, this next scene is where we go out with Sandy's birthday with a bunch of his mates, and we go and catch some snapper on Matty Hunt's fishing charters. Now, Matty Hunt took us all out, and boy, did we dust up some fish on this day. And we only took the camera at the very, very last minute. And I'm sorry about all the beeps, because that's why we have the music right across the whole thing, because there's just guys and they didn't realise that I was filming. But that doesn't matter. Matty Hunt's going to redo all this again for us, and we're going to do it all really good. So we'll stay tuned for us going out with Matty Hunt. Sandy's birthday, it's a blast. Watch all the fish come in, real good. There you are, Matty, you put us on again.
Well, we can only try our best with it.
Sandy's Burley, it's working.
you reckon you've got a Burley supplier on board? Having a good time, bud?
Yeah, good. Got one. I don't know what size that was.
Yeah, baby! Now that's what I'm talking about, mate.
So what we got on, big fella? Birthday boy?
2.5.
Happy birthday to you. You live in us.
Alright, who wants it?
Good day on the water. Well guys, what do you think of that show? We're out at the boat show, we went out on Sandy's birthday and we went out with Maddie Hunt. We had a ball. So until next week, I'm the Colonel from That's Fishing.
Hey, it sounds like he's bringing me car back again. What's going on? I thought he was stealing it.
Ha ha ha!